afternoon everybody, welcome to the Flower Patch. My name is Iris Smith, where I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements for all occasions. Welcome guys, I hope in the UK or anywhere else where it's hot you're enjoying the weather. A lot of people I've heard in the UK don't like it this hot, so they're in the house with all the curtains shut to keep the shade in the house from it getting too hot. Right, thank you for all your wonderful comments as well. I really do appreciate them, as I always do. Right, a little old lady down the street wants to make her granddaughter a flower arrangement on a candlestick. Now she wants it in pinks, hot pinks and purples, deep purples. She doesn't want a lot of flowers in, but her daughter is a fan of, I'd say, greenery. I think she was trying to say. She likes on her garden, she's got shrubs and things like that that don't flower. It's just the greenery she likes, but her favourite colours are pinks and purples, and she would like a bow. So I took some ribbon down because obviously the lady struggles to walk, so I took some ribbon down and some floral and things like that to go and show her, and this is what she picked. So for the bow, the lady picked the 2.5 inch purple with black polka dot glittered ribbon with it fused in hot pink on the back, and she also chose the polka dot in the 1.5 inch with the hot pink with white polka dots. So that's all she would like. She doesn't want anything and any others. She just chose 2. So that's what I'm going to give the lady. So I've placed it on a pick at the back because it's going into the candlestick. So we have got that. Now the candlestick, I took several with me to show her, and and she chose this one. She said the look where it looks worn, with it being, like I'd say a grey with a sagey green undertone to it. She likes that. And I've placed on some dried foam and covered it in wreath wrap to protect the foam as well. So even though it's staying inside, I asked her if she'd like me to do that. I tend to just go through everything to see what they would like. So the flowers that the lady has chosen, she loves these anemones, and she loves the dark purple in them. I think there's a couple with a lighter shade because I've kept them with these to show her which ones, the different tones. But she chose these darker ones in the bunch. And then she chose some of these little hot pink roses as well to add in. And she did choose this. She'd like it slightly trailing at the front, so she chose this to trail down at the front, this amaranthus. So we're going to maybe put these on picks and have these hanging at different heights, or just put the whole of the stem in and have them just hanging how they are at different heights, or lengths. So she chose that. She chose, because they got, she actually said, oh well, because we've got black dots on the ribbon, she'd like these this foliage. My good gracious me, I've just all of a sudden, when you get that moment where you know what it is and then you just go brain dead. Olives, that's what they are. She chose the olives because they were like black dots, like what's on the ribbon. Oh crikey me. This weather's not doing my brain any good. And she chose the calla lilies. She's a fan of lilies herself, the neighbour, and she loved them. So she asked for some to place in as well. So we're going to have a go at that as well. Now she did choose some, oh my goodness, I've got to just unravel it, some trailing vine. So I've got 2 pieces of trailing vine. I don't think I need them all, but I'm going to perhaps just chop off the smaller ones, because the long ones are, you know, well over, you know, around 1 meter long, so that'd be a bit too long. So I'm considering choosing the smaller ones and the leaves on them are push up, so you can, you know, move them around the stem into any position. So we've got 2 of those out as well. She chose some locust fern as well. Her granddaughter, sorry, has got some fern on her garden, but she does like this one. And I have to think what these are called mini poplar leaf bush, and she likes them because they're round, and she reckons they, you know, they could pretend that there was dots. Dots as well. Oh, she's so sweet. Dots as well. So they're all a bit limey, you know, going on, well, forest green with a bit of lime to them. So we're using that. And finally she has chose a clematis, and she likes that. She would like probably, you know, to have one trailing, she said, for her granddaughter. So we're going to use the longest one probably to trail, and then just place the other 2 in and around the candlestick. Now, because we've got glitter, she asked if I've got anything purple in glitter when I spoke to her. So I took quite a few bits down in purple. But the lady, I've taken these out of the bag, has chosen these with the beads on, or berries, and a bit of, I'd say, twiggy bits and some foliage. So I've already placed on some floral tape, so I don't have to do it, because it was on one bunch, so I've pulled it apart. So we're going to see if we can get some of that in for her as well. So that is what the lady wants for her granddaughter. So I'm going to bring our camera down, and we're going to see what we can create with the chosen floral and foliage for the little neighbour old lady over the road, or down the street, should I say, for her granddaughter. So one moment. I've got to tread over the cable, the cord, guys, because I've brought my aircon in today. So let's have a look. I think I'm going to leave it around like that, because it is quite, let's see if I can just bring it up a bit and have it like that. I'm just moving so I can see. If I could bring it back a little bit. It's not going to be close up, guys, because I wanted to try and get it all in for you to see, because she has chosen a tall candlestick, which is 16 inches, so it is quite tall. So I'm going to start off with our trailing vine. If I can get it. And I'm going to look for the shorter ones. I've just got to unravel it, because they all wrap around each other. So let's have a look. So we'll use, I've got to see where the leaves are. Move the leaves down. So I'm going to just use this one to start with, and with these push-ups, you can have them as long or as short as you wish. I am considering having it around here, so I'd need to move this down a little, and also this, and have it somewhat around there, probably about 2.5 inches away from the bottom. So I will cut the stem And let's get that one in. Alright, that's the back of the candlestick. So I'm going to bring it here. And it's because it's a wired stem, it's great because you can manipulate it. So we're going to have that one there. And then I'm going to do this similar thing with another. Well, I'm going to bring this one slightly up. And then we're going to use another one. Again, I don't think I really need two, but we'll see. I might place some on top. And I've cut one slightly shorter, I think. That will bring around here. I've got yoga tonight, guys, and some of the ladies at the yoga group are messaging to see if it's going to still be on because it's so hot. I think it'll still be on. Because the lady who does yoga, who's in my choir that I sing in, she doesn't allow heat to affect anything. I have got out as well. She didn't ask for these, but I did pick these as still be out in case I think it needs something a little bit more bushier to add in as well. So I have got that, and also some baby pink berries, but I've had a look at those and I think they're a bit too light for the colour she's wanting. So that's where I'm going to do that. Usually I do all of my I think I may have to put these on picks. I do all of my foliage first, but on some creations or arrangements that I do, you know, like this with them trailing, try and sort out the trailing part first. Oops. So let's, again, I'm cutting these off, and I'm going to bring one in here. Oops, some of the plastic's not gone into the foam, so let's cut that little bit off. These, with them being, you know, just little mini polystyrene balls all in a cluster, some do come off. If you want to try and avoid that, maybe just add a little bit of hairspray on them or self-adhesive spray glue to hold them in place. So I'm going to put 3 on. I may have one just slightly longer or shorter actually. Let's do it on this side. And have it around there. The clematis, I want to get that in. Now again, this has got the leaves with it, so I probably would have to bring the leaves into it as well. Yeah, So we'll cut that one off. I'm just going to turn it around and see. Oops, wrong way. That's a good start. I'm going to bend the stem at the top, because if I place the stem at the bottom, it's going to touch onto the surface. So we'll use the foam at the top. And you turn around the leaves if they're facing the opposite direction. If you can't, then just pull them off and then glue them back on in, you know, in the front facing position. Oops, I've just popped the flower off. Oops, bit heavy handed. Let's see where that came off. Oh my goodness, I can't find it now. Oh, it's here. So let's just glue that back on. I was just trying to get the flower to bend down so it's facing downwards. It's quite slightly hard. I can't seem to. There. So sorry about the noise as well, guys, if you can hear my air conditioning in the back. Just trying to get the wire to go into the position that I'd like the leaves to sit. So I've done that. Now we've got two more. Let's take this tag off. I'm going to just tidy the stem up where I've cut the first one off. They are quite long. So I'm going to bring one, if I can bend that one, and then turn the leaves around as well on these. And I'm going to place them in like the triangular position. And then I've got the other. And then bring one here. I'm going to leave this piece of the foliage sticking up. Let's just turn it facing forward though. So we've got those like so. The lady did say her daughter was looking for a flower arrangement to go in her bay window. So I'm doing it so it's a 360 degrees. I'm going to place in our bow, so then we can work around it. I may have to cut the tail ends. Let's just cut it because it stems a little bit too long, and I'm gonna just put the glue on the bottom so I don't have to dip it in my glue pan and get glue everywhere. Let me just stand up a moment. I'm doing it so I've got the clematis what's either, you know, in the centre of the tail ends. Again, I think I'm going to have to cut the tail ends as well. I may actually use this, what bits I've got left on this vine, to go around. Sorry if I'm just standing up at the moment, guys, because it's quite tall. I think I'll place that one there. Right, let's have a go at our fern, our locust fern. I cut a couple off to have a look how long I'd want them, and I came up with this length. So I'm going to place, I'm going to spread them. I don't mind them sticking out slightly. I want to give that little, you know, the movement of the fern growing in different directions. I'm going to bring one on the top as well. Another, and then I'm placing these on top in a triangular position, so they're like that. I don't know if you can see. I think I'm going to just cut the, before we carry on, cut the tail ends. They are a little long. I do have them longer than to start with in case I need to cut them. I'd rather have them too long than not long enough. I don't want it to be trailing too far down. I'm just cutting them across and turning the ends over with them having, you know, being fused. I think that looks better. Right, animals. Oh, I thought I pulled 5 heads off. Probably not. So let's just start with 3. And I'm placing this here and facing it just slightly forward to the front of the bow. And I'm going to do that on this side as well. Again, on the opposite side of the bow. And then I'll place one at the back. So I've done those like in a triangle as well, the anemones. So I think I may want one in the middle. Because these are the biggest flowers that the lady has chosen. I'll hold with those because I may add more in. Let's get these tags off of the olives. Place in some of our olives as well. Let's have a look if we can bring some. I'm going to cut these down a little. Bring some just at the front. Here so you can see some of the olive. And I'll place one either side of the bow again. So we've got it like that. Now I'll hang on to the other olives as well. I'm going to place in the, you know, the greenery. I think you get 7 on here. Yeah. So I might just need one bunch. They remind me a little of the Chinese money leaf, but in a miniature size. So I'm going to just start around here and bring some in here. So I'm just bringing one in around the side. I'm going to bring some around the sides first. I did ask though, my neighbour, the little old lady, if I feel anything's just missing and can I add a little bit extra? And she said by all means. So if I think we need something else, we'll add it in. I'm just going around, placing them in. I've got 3 left, so I'm going to place these up above. And have again just something different again. And with me having 3 left, I always place them in the triangular position. place one right here at the front, in front of the anemone, so it's got a little bit of greenery to go with the flower. Now let's just place those there and get the roses. Now I've placed a few on single picks instead of having them like this, because these are those stems what are just like a see-through plastic stem. They're very fine, so I have placed some on, oops a daisy, on picks. So let me just get the ones with all the picks out, and then I've left some on the stem. I think that's it. That's all I can see. So we'll try the ones where they're on the stem, where they've got two to start with. And I'm going to bring that there, so it's just drooping over. And that one. And I'm going to do one on the opposite side as well. I'm going in between the anemones with them. I'm going to put one in the center on top, behind the anemone. Also, I'm going to have some coming down the bottom. So it just makes it look like they are starting to go downwards, some of them. I'm trying not to put everything at the same height or, you know, or length as they go downward, face downwards. Oops, I've just dropped the, oh my good gracious me. Let's just get a bit of glue on the end of the flower, because I've just popped it off. And then the ones on the single ones that I've picked that I've done, I'm going to dot around up above. I was thinking of some lavender or something, but then because I've got the colour layers, I may not need it. Oops, my hair comes finished. Oh my goodness. It's a bit quieter anyway. So I've just been, you know, placing them around. I think I'm going to have to place some just here where the olives are on the front. Just have some down at the bottom. So I've got a bit of that pink there. I've got one left. I may just place it in between the clematis. that popping that down in with them. So I think, I do think another floral would be nice. I can't seem to get this to sit in the, there we go. I was just going to say sit in the position I'd like it, but it's there. So I guess with these colours you could use these for Halloween as well. Let's see if I can get this one in around here. Is it there what I was looking? No, the plastic's too soft. So I'm going to put some floral tape on and place a pick with it as well. So then I've got a bit more control. Let's do that with another one. Oh guys, I'm going to have to put that come back on because it is absolutely red hot. Red hot. Those bricks aren't used to this. So I'll do it on another one. Now I place that one there. One there. Right, so we've got those. I won't put any more. I do feel it's needing something else. Again, I do have, I don't know where that's come from. I don't know where these have come from, so I'm going to just pop these in. I do have the calla lilies and also this stilby, so I may add this stilby. I'm just going to pop these pieces of foliage in. I'm not sure where they've come from. I must have just them in to in a bucket with the others. So let's just see what this stilby. I haven't got any on single picks, so I may put some of these in, guys. Yeah. So I'll just let the lady know that I've added a stilby in. These are push-ups as well. The foliage is push-ups. So I've got one longer piece here. So I'm going to place that in the back up above. I can't get it to there we go. So I've just placed that around the back here. I'm better off standing up. So we're going to place in because they're quite a cluster, they will, you know, cover quite an area. Just doing them either side, I think, or under the bow. I may do one under the bow. I may take another. I feel maybe oh goodness gracious me, I've just put this one up too. I feel maybe some bigger roses in the like a hot pink would be nice. Can't see, I haven't got the lights on all of my lights, so I've taken, you know, with it being hot, it was just yesterday, it was glaring in my face a bit too much, so I haven't got them on. Right, so we've done that there, so I'm not going to use any more of those. Let me just get the big roses in the hot pink. Cracky, they are big. They are big. Right, let's have a look. They're probably blending quite well. These are really quite big with the heads. It just cut them all off of the bunch. Oops. Let's cut a few together. There we go. Feel now I've cut the bunch. They are big, but I think they would look better as well. I may have to incorporate some more anemones. I feel that looks a little better with it having the big head. I won't put a lot in because they are quite big. Place one here as well. I don't know if I can bring that one forward a little. I think that one needs to go down. Yeah. I'm going to bring, I may just put 5 in. one down here. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. I may have to place 6 in. Let me just cut this a little. It's a bit too long. I think that looks better with the big head roses in as well. Right, calla lilies. Let's get a bunch out. Pull on one. There we go. And this would just add the little bit of extra movement. Let's have a look at the glitter as well. Yeah. So let's cut the calla lilies. And these are also push-ups. I love push-ups. I don't need these roses. Oh, I've just stabbed myself. Right, where the nail is. Right, let's add in some at the top. Again, have them wispy little pieces coming out. I'm pushing them up to the top, all the leaves. So you get all the leaves, you know, the benefit from the leaves sticking up instead of being right at the bottom. I'm going either side of the bow where the loops are. I'm going to work my way around. I'm going to get some more and place those in as well. We'll just push them. Oh my goodness, I've done it again. Oh, what am I like, guys? I am terrible. I'm going to bring a few around the bottom as well, down around the back. So with it being a 360, then if it's in the, like the lady said, in her bay window, in the window for passers-by to notice, at least they will see the floral arrangement as well from around the back of it, so it won't look bare. But the bow is, where the bow is, that's the front. I suppose I could get this back on. Bring one round here. So just move your candlestick around and see if you've got some in the area or the position where you placed others, just to balance it out. So I want another one here. At the bottom. Just bend them if you want them pointing downwards. I've got one left. I may as well use this last one. Let's have a look. Right, I can see where it needs to be. There. So we don't need any more of those either. Now our glittered picks. Let's just play with them, open them up if you can. Let's just cut. I don't want them that long. So I'm going to place one. One around there at the back. I'm going to go one in the center, at the front, on top, one there as well on the back, and then I may bring one coming down. Under the clematis. Just open it up a little. Are you looking forward to where you're doing all the Halloween and the Christmas things, guys, where all the glitter's going to be everywhere? And it sticks to your clothes and you take it around the house, wherever you go, it follows you. What fun. So let me just have a look. I feel something's amiss here, around here. Oops. Just around here, I feel something's needed here. Let me think. Do I need enough? Animal. Maybe it's an animal. Let's see if I can pull it off again. I had trouble last time pulling it off, because they are glued quite well. But I didn't want a big stem, a thick stem. Let me just use my flat nose pliers to help me push it in. The hole is quite small. There we go. A bit of blue. Yeah, so I feel, place the animal in there. There was just something. Let's just remove the glue string. I'll do that with another opposite side. So around here. The bottom. Now, do I need one there? I may need one more. In here. That's better. So I'm not going to add anything else. I feel it's got enough in, just a little, that little bit of sparkle that the ladies asked for. And again, by using the big headed roses, that's covered up quite a bit of the space, you know, the gaps in the arrangement. So let me just sit down and just have a quick little look around. Just play around with it. If you feel that something's just not sitting right, but you can bend it into a or manipulate it. I think with these beads here at the bottom, I feel that they're all too uniformed. They're all at this, you know, same length, and I feel some could be made shorter than others. So I'm just going to trim some. Just to make it slightly different lengths. I feel that's much better. That's much better than all like having a line across the bottom where they all finish. Right, so yeah, looking at that, I think that's, you know, that's plenty for the lady's granddaughter. You don't want to really make it too big that it looks odd in the I'm going to just cut that off, that it looks odd. I'm cutting this off and I'm going to reposition it by itself. If I always say, if you do an arrangement, try to not go, if it's a small candlestick in height, try not to make your arrangement too big for the candlestick that you lose sight of the actual candlestick, because then it becomes looking slightly odd. But this was quite tall, so I was able to make something big on top, but at the same time not too big that it looks extremely odd. And even if you have a large candlestick and you decide you're not placing much in, that also can look a little out of place, because by not, with the size of the candlestick, and you're only putting a very small limited amount in, that can also look slightly odd, like you've not quite finished it. That's if you're doing something like this. I mean, if you're doing like a ikebana style, then that's the design for less, really minimalistic. But this lady wanted quite a showstopper, she said, with lots of flowers or foliage on top with a big ribbon. So I hope you like that. Let me just get the camera and alter the camera. I'm frightened of dropping it, standing on all the cords. So let's just bring you in. So I mean, if I did show the lady some like a grey also candlestick that would look nice with it, and I also shown her a black one, and I also gave her the choice of a white one, as white ones instead. But the lady just liked the look where it looks a little bit aged. So, but I quite like the colours of that, the hot pinks and the purples. Again, that could stay out for like Halloween as well. Halloween, it's not just all about the blacks, there's like hot pinks are quite popular, and the purples, or there's the oranges and purples, or the oranges and blacks, or purple. Oh, let me think, I forgot what I was getting at. And purple and lime green, that's what I was thinking. That's also quite popular as well. People quite like that with the lime green in as well. And also, if you wish, you could save it for Christmas as well, and just add in a few Christmas ornaments, or baubles as we call them. Add in some of those around it as well, just to give a little bit more of that Christmas feel. And also maybe some glittered cypress leaves, or some pine needles and things, just to add that little bit of a Christmas touch to it. That would be quite nice. Or take this ribbon out and add in a Christmas ribbon in the colours that you've used, just to alter it, so you've got it in your window for a few seasons as well. And then maybe when you get to spring, take out the ribbon again, and the Christmas foliage or floral you may have added, and the ribbon, and then just add in some spring ribbon in the colours again that you're using, and take out the Christmas ornaments and things, and then just put in a few like maybe pink daffodils, some pink daisies, things like that, purple daisies. Just add in some of those instead. And again, that comes summer, then you could take out some of the spring flowers and then add in some summer flowers. Again, you could, that's the best thing with the artificial, you can pull them out and just add in where you've just pulled one out. Say like if I decide to pull this anemone out and then add in a daisy for spring or summer, you know, and then save the anemone, so then when it comes to wanting it back in, you can place it back in. Obviously there will come a time where the foam will, you know, won't hold as well, because you keep taking things out and placing new things in, so the holes and things like that will become bigger and the foam will start to crumble the more you keep pulling things out. So just be aware of that as well. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you like the colours that the lady's chosen for her granddaughter. I will know what her granddaughter thinks, because the lady will tell me, because I do see her quite regularly, just pottering on the front garden. So I think that's lovely, just with a little bit of the glitter in. Again, this is what her granddaughter will see, where the bow is from the inside of the house, and with it being in the window, the people, passers-by, walking by, will see this on the opposite side. So if you're placing it in a window, try to make it a 360 degrees arrangement, because you don't want it looking bare on the back. Even if you're doing a front facing arrangement in a candlestick, just fill it on the back with a few little flowers and some foliage, so you don't see the foam, because that's what the people who walk by will see, just bare foam, if you know, if you don't cover up your mechanics. So I hope you like that, guys. I will take that round to the lady at the weekend. I did say I would do it Friday for her and bring it round Saturday morning, but I just wanted to get cracking on it this morning. So yes, so that's going to look lovely in her granddaughter's window. So give it a go, and again, if you don't want it in these colours, the colour choice of, you know, that you like, again, you could just use the hot pink and then have yellows with it, or you could use hot pink with a baby pink and just have all pinks, or you could add in some oranges in colour. You know, don't be afraid to think that, you know, oh well, I've never done pinks and oranges, but they do look lovely together. Always give it a go. If you've got a colour scheme in mind, or somebody's gave you an idea, give it a go and see what you think. And then if you don't like it, you know you won't want to do it, but you get customers that will give you different colours that you may think to yourself, oh my goodness, that I don't think that's going to look good together. But when you start placing all your foliage and everything in, it always comes out beautiful, guys, always. And then you can say to another customer, if you like it at the end, have you ever thought of having these colours? You know, some people say, I've never heard of those colours together. So always give it a go. Challenge yourself and be different. So have a wonderful day, guys. I'm going to go in and get a ice cold coffee and cool myself down before I carry on. So have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful evening. Good health. And again, God bless you all, and thank you all so much for your wonderful comments and your well wishes, and also your messages saying, you know, it's great to see me back. It is great to be back. It's great to be creating again, guys, for all you wonderful people. I was again in bed. I wasn't up and doing anything. I was just laid in bed for a whole week, and I was bored. There's only so much Netflix and YouTube that you can watch, and Amazon Prime. After a while, you just get fed up of watching films. So I was watching my friends, Audrey in Phoenix, New York, on Heavenly Scent Cut Flowers. Again, guys, go and check her out. She's a wonderful, sweet lady, and she's just trying to get some subscribers so they will watch her videos, that she's taken up her time to try to do what, you know, myself and other people are doing, some tutorials. So check her out. She's a sweet, sweet lady. So have a wonderful day. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Bye-bye. Right, let's just have a quick close-up, because you were quite far back. So I'm going to take it off Oh gosh, I've pressed something. Oh gosh, I'm so terrible. Let's see if it will zoom. Right, there's the 2.5 inch. Let me just round that off a little. The 2.5 inch and the glitter, purple glitter with the black polka dots, and then the let's turn this over. The hot pink fused on the opposite side in silk, and then you have your pink, hot pink with the white polka dots, and again fused or embossed with well, not embossed, fused with another plain hot pink silk ribbon. So there are our clematis. Aren't they pretty? There's the glitter. They're like iridescent. They look like they've got hot pink in them as well, pink and purple. That was good. I didn't realise that. There's our amaranthus again. These are polystyrene, guys. So if they do come off, you know, again, either spray some self-adhesive glue on or hairspray. And there we have our astilbe in the dark and the pale purple, or weak purple and lilac colour. There's the hot pink in the little rosebuds, and then the hot pink in the big roses, sorry. And then our calla lilies. Then we've got our olives and our poplar leaf bush, that it's called, what I say looks a little bit like the Chinese money leaf. And then we've got our fern here, or here should we say, it's a better view. What else did we add? Oh, our vine, that's it. And then we've got, let me find it. And here's our vine, where you can push the leaves up and down the stem. So, oops, I've just dropped something, so I'll glue that on. So that's what we've got. I hope you like it, guys, and I hope you give it a go. So have a wonderful day. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Bye-bye.